today we are going to go ahead with the second part, but I will surely touch upon something that we discussed last week in part 1. When it comes to art of public speaking, it is all about how you talk, who are the audience, what is the P's we say, the people, the performance, the preparation, the planning on the topic that we are going to talk. So the gestures, communication, how you present yourself and present the topic that you're going to talk about. You need to work on it. You need to train yourself on that. And all these things do matter when you are wanting to do something bigger than what you are already doing. Okay, so we're going to cover that today. It's all about how we can master the art of public speaking. When we do that, we are going to gain control in content and context. So knowing the topic, knowing the subject is very, very important. That gives you the confidence of speaking in whatever platform you are wanting to speak. Of course, there's always that fear which will continue to stay, even if you have been talking on public platform for years together. Whenever there is something you have to prepare, there will be some nervousness, there will be some fear, but it all can be worked upon. This helps you to communicate effectively. So when we know that we have people around, we get nervous because we feel those people know more than us. They are more experienced, so we get nervous. So this is something we should not let it matter to us, because if we are prepared well, then we are not nervous. Because when we are going to talk on that topic, it's just because we have been invited to speak, or we know what we are going to talk, so we come prepared for that. So when we are doing public speaking, what is public speaking? It is more than when we are talking to more than one person at a time, then you can call it public speaking. And that is, for some people, sometimes difficult to be confident and speak without getting nervous or without having some fear of judgment. So what are the things that happen to us around that time is anxiety. Anxiety because there are new people, some people we are not familiar with, so the audience make a difference. How am I going to talk? At times we do feel that when I start talking, because of that nervousness and fear, my voice changes. And I can myself feel that this is not my normal voice. So when you're talking, you need to be really very calm and comfortable before you speak. So today, in today's session, because it's a step 2, it's stage 2, part 2 of the public speaking, I'm going to give you some tips what you can do to work on yourself when you have to do public speaking. Performance matters. Performance is how you have been able to convey what you wanted to convey to the audience that you are talking to. And the speech, of course, when you know that the topic that you are talking on, the subject that you are talking on, you are good at it, you are aware of what you are speaking. You don't have to say something because 4 other people are talking and you'll say, oh, if I don't contribute, I'll feel like a fool. If I don't contribute, I'll feel left out. With that in mind, when we are speaking, we are not really doing justice to the talk that we are doing. Only if it's okay if you don't know, if it's a public gathering, it's okay if you don't know much about that topic. You can just be a good listener, and a good listener is someone who is physically and mentally available there, and you nod, you acknowledge, you let the other person know that yes, I'm listening. It's not necessary that you need to be master at that topic. But yes, when you are doing a public talk, public speaking on a planned platform, on a like I just gave you last time the example that I invite you over a coffee, high tea or coffee, and I've told you that I'm inviting 15 other people who are wanting to start some business, small business. So you knew that you were going to meet people. So that time, of course, you're going to be prepared with what you're going to talk about yourself and about your business. So that is where we talked that how to pitch your big idea, what is it that you have in plan, your one-page business plan. If you're talking about your business, you know what you're talking. If you don't do your homework, you will not be confident of sharing the information, because the other person will ask you 10 questions or 2 questions, and if you fumble, that means you are not prepared. So you will not, if you're talking that, okay, I am into gardening and I have little nursery and I'm into that business where I give away plants and I'm helping doing somebody's kitchen garden and all that thing. So if anything related to that topic, if somebody asks you questions, yes, you are in a position to answer those questions. But if you just say something for the sake of saying, and then people ask you question, you may not be in a comfortable state to respond, or you sometimes may not have answers to that. So that is preparation. When you are actually going to a place to speak, give a talk for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you train yourself, because what are the 5 P's I told you to work on? Anybody remembers?
Good morning, Binda.
Good morning. Good morning. Anybody remembers 5 P's?
You told us 90 seconds we have to speak on any topic.
Yeah, but then I said those 5 P's: prepare, practice.
5 P's.
There's notes also. I had given you all the 5 P's that you have to come plan what you're going to talk, prepare what you're going to talk, practice in front of the mirror, and then you're performing. And then when you perform, you will see something that you want to review, that is post-mortem. Did I do right? I was not standing straight, I was slouching. All those was post-mortem. And now today we are going to do a little practice of what we can talk. Okay, so let me give you some scenarios. Unless you people have already, we'll talk for 1 minute. Whoever is, I mean, out of, we have about 12 people here. Whoever wants to speak, raise your hand and pick any topic, speak, and others are going to observe. Now, when you're speaking, don't be conscious. We are here to improve ourselves, right? So we will just notice and we will tell you what have been done differently or what did not go right. Yes, Joginder ji.
So
You
I
want to
would
come
love
on the
to.
video?
I will love to speak for about a minute.
Yeah. Would you like to come on the video?
Okay.
Take your time. If you're ready, it's okay. If you're not, yeah. Thank you. So you want to speak for a minute? We'll just put Mr. Joginder on the spotlight. And thank you, sir, for taking the lead. Yes.
Any topic, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Choose your topic and we'll speak for 60 seconds.
So may I start?
Yes, yes. You can just put your camera a little, you have to come in the center so that I can थोड़ा सा ना right की तरफ हो जाइए. We are not judging people. We are not, we are just observing and looking at the points, what we can do better when we are talking. Okay. We'll take 3, 4 such examples and then we will work on it. So are you ready? Okay, I think he is getting ready to come on the video. So is there anyone else who wants to speak in the meantime? Yes, Bharti. We come back to Joginder sir. In the meantime, Bharti, yes. Bharti, I would request you to go a little behind, so that a little behind. You're too close to the, yeah. Maybe tilt your camera a little. थोड़ा सा, हाँ, yeah. और थोड़ा नीचे. Perfect. Yes. Right. So the bus थोड़ा और ऊपर चलेगा. हाँ, आगे आ जाओ थोड़ा सा. Yes.
Hi, I am Bharti Kumar from Bengaluru. As all of you expecting, I am talking about plants, greenery, nature. I love plants. Not only plants, I love nature, whatever it is, sea, forest, village. So I will tell something about what is the importance of greenery in our life. You will be in village, city, upstairs, 30th floor, or any floor, you can keep. You should try to keep some greenery inside our house, near to you, near the table, inside, kitchen, wherever. Or if you are lucky to have small patch of garden outside, or if you are having a small balcony, you should keep some plants, some minimal, like kitchen garden or flower or ornamental or air purifying plants. So what I want to tell, simply we can start with 1 or 2 plants, or if you are having 2 bedroom, you can add 2 to 3 air purifying plants. I can suggest 5, 6 like money plant, snake plant, yeah, 2 more are there. That are cleans our inside our air. So it is very easy to keep our inside environment very clean with this greenery. Outside, if you keep the plant, it enhance the beauty of our house, our garden, our balcony, and enhances our mood also. And definitely you have to try to keep some kitchen plants like Indian spices like coriander, curry leaves, or pudina, whatever. I can speak
Thank you.
about this. If time is over, you just tell me.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, madam. I was out of net services. Now I have come back.
No problem. I thought there was an issue, so I asked somebody else to step in the meantime. Yes, we can invite you to speak. Are you on the video now?
Okay, I'll start. This
So
is
1 minute. Now, others were observing, were listening to Bharti, and did you observe?
I did one mistake. I will tell what mistake I did.
Don't have to say what you did.
No, I did not. Not try to compact in 1 minute. This subject is bit elaborate. I next time I will try to end.
Okay. We did not say, we are not judging anyone. We are just learning.
No. What I felt.
So, okay, we will just move on, because then we want to make the most of the time that we have. Okay. So I'm making notes of some observations, but others also can make. Yeah. We'll listen to Mr. Joginder. Yes. Joginder ji, you can come on the video, please.
I'm sorry. Last time I tried, so I was out of net services. So I am worried.
Okay, so your network is okay. You can speak, but we just wanted wanted to have the person on the video, because.
Okay, I'll try, but
try. We'll give it a try. Okay. And Joginder sir is an experienced speaker, so but it's nice to hear him and learn from him also. Yeah.
So I start. This is Joginder Bakshi, and I will be discussing, sharing with you one poem. The shishik of the poem is Life Purpose. So I'll explain it in 2 languages. One, a little Hindi, and then followed by English. You see, the Hindi will give you the background of the poem. एक दफा एक बुजुर्ग आदमी यात्रा के लिए निकला. रास्ते में अंधेरा हो गया. अंधेरे में एक छोटी सी नाला आया. नाले को उसने क्रॉस किया. क्रॉस करने के बाद फिर वापस आया. कुछ जुगाड़ करके उसने नाले पे एक ब्रिज बनाया. ब्रिज बनाते देख के जो उसके साथी थे, उन लोगों ने उससे कहा भाई तू क्यों ब्रिज बना रहा है, क्यों टाइम वेस्ट कर रहा है, तुमने तो नाला पास कर दिया और दोबारा इस रास्ते से नहीं जाएगा। तो उसका उसने क्या जवाब दिया, और ये पोएम इंग्लिश में है, मैं आपसे शेयर करता हूँ। An old man traveling on a lonely highway came at the evening, cold and grey, to a canal deep and wide. The old man crossed it in twilight dim, for sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when he reached other side and builded a bridge to span the tide. Oh, old man, cried a fellow pilgrim near, you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day, and you never again will pass this way. The builder raised his old gray head. Dear friend, on the path I have come, he said, there follows after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. He too must cross in twilight din, and good friend, I am building a bridge for him. I am building a bridge for him. So this is a small poem which I have narrated over here. I hope you
It's
like
a
it.
poem, right? Whose poem is this?
You see, it is no writer is there. I have taken from a book. You see that Napoleon
Interesting.
Hill book. I have taken from a Napoleon Hill book.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing, Jogendraji. Thank you. We will go to one more person if there is somebody who wants to speak. This is a practice session, so don't hesitate. If you think you want to come forward, Anjana, yes. And then Geeta, and then I will move on, okay? Yes, Anjana? Okay, Jyoti also wants to speak. Anjana, Geeta, and Jyoti, and then we move on. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Anjana, and I'm based in Trivandrum.
Madam, can you spotlight them, please, the speaker?
Shall I continue? Or do I have to start again?
No, yeah, just speak again, please.
Okay, my name is Anjana, and I'm based in Trivandrum. And today I would like to talk to you about the journey of self-inquiry, or trying to find out who I am. Because one thing I realized is when you are low in confidence and you depend on other people's praise or criticism, you go nowhere. You reach nowhere in life. And you really do not know what you are capable of. So that is when I decided to go in and find out what I am capable of, what I really want in life, and where I would like to go. To lead. Circumstances led my path, but then I decided, I heard that, we are the master of our destiny and that we can craft our own journey. And that is how this journey of self-inquiry began. And self-introspection is a very big part of it. And that is when Binda ma'am said that, public speaking, sometimes I'm confident, sometimes I'm not. So I wanted to find out why is it that I'm not confident? Why is it that I hesitate to come in front of people? Why is it that I feel okay with some people and not so okay with the others? And that is when, and this journey of self-inquiry helps me a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was good. Thank you. Geeta, and then Jyoti.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Geeta Chatterjee from Bombay. My topic is very not at all. You can hear me?
Yeah, 1 minute. I think Agam is not.
My topic is not a very heavy one. It's just what I feel about what is the importance of having a pet for everybody. The importance. And pet could be anything. It could be a cat, it could be a dog, it could be a bird, it could be a fish. There's a feeling of companionship when you have a pet. And I'm talking from personal experience because after we had a dog in the house, the family bonding became so much greater, so much greater. Earlier, what would happen was the children would come and go to their own rooms and they'd be involved in their own gadgets and whatever. But ever since we've had a dog in the house, the thing is, they all come where the dog is. We're all surrounding the dog, and we're all cooing him. We're all talking to him, and yes, it gives us so much of love. It's an boundless love, and that affection I don't think anyone could give, especially when you come from outside, or when when you've traveled and you've come back a couple of days. The kind of a welcome you get, I don't think no human could give that kind of a welcome. It's definitely. And another important thing is your pet. I won't say any dog. Your pet recognizes your emotions, can feel your emotions, because there are times when I'm very depressed, or or down in the dumps. So that is the time he's always sitting with me. He's always hovering around me. Even when I go to the washroom, he comes and sits outside the bathroom, and he'll come and lick my face, lick my hands, and always nuzzling and giving me so much affection. And yes, I end up smiling and hugging him and cuddling him, and that really lifts you up. It really lifts you up and makes you feel good. So I think every household should have a pet, because it brings a sense, it brings a sense of responsibility, because you have to feed them on time, walk them on time, do these things on time. But there is that discipline is there. But you feel you start feeling that this little pet has no one else besides me, besides this home.
Thank you, Geeta.
Yeah, sorry, I've gone beyond time. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for your sharing, and we'll take Jyoti, and then we move on. Yes, Jyoti.
Hello everyone, I'm Jyoti Chaudhary. I'm based at Gurgaon. I actually want to share with you my journey to Jaisalmer. So it starts with, I'm still nervous. My heart, I can hear my heartbeat. So anyways, we were staying in Rajasthan, Balotra. It was not very far off from Jaisalmer, just 4.5 journeys, 4.5 hours away from Jodhpur. So we just decided, me and my daughter, we decided to go for a trip by car, and we started our journey at 6. The weather was quite nice, because it was during winters. So we started at 6 or 7, and then we reached in the mid of our I'm still having that problem.
Okay, good attempt, Jyoti. Wonderful. I like Jyoti's participation, because exactly what I wanted to take these examples. Again, at the beginning, I said there is no judging anybody. We are learning. So some of the observations I want to make. Good morning, Asifa and Rashmi. Good to see you all here. So Bharti, when she spoke first, good confidence, because she was talking about something that she's passionate about. You realize that when Geeta was speaking about the dog, because she's gone through that. So when you're talking about the topic you're passionate about, it just shows in your body language. So that was good. Initially, when she started, her eye contact was not there. Later on, she brought in the eye contact. When she started, I'm Bharti and all, she was just looking all over, but she was not looking at us or the speaker and talking. But afterwards, she came back. Her expressions and emotions were good, because as I said, you know the topic, you actually can talk about it. Thank you. Now, Joginderji had issues with his videos and all that, so he could not come, because when we are talking about public speaking, it starts with your ABC, so your appearance, behavior, and communication. So I am, my appearance has to be seen by the people, by my audience. So he had an issue, so it's okay. And because he was reading from a poem, so So he had to go back and do, but he just translated it and he gave the Hindi version and explained it. So he was trying to make it easier for his audience to understand. He was trying to connect. So good. Anjana, good posture, Anjana. Confidence and the eye contact also was good and perfect timing. So good. Everything was good. In between, when your eye contact, it was good, but you were looking, you were thinking, you were recalling something that was a little too many times. We always try to bring out something we remember and all that, but it shouldn't be too often. Then you know you're not there. But otherwise, your posture, your confidence, and everything was good because again, that you were speaking something that you have gone through or you're going through. Okay, Geeta, yes. Again, she talked about the dog, so she was very passionate when she talked. So her emotions and expressions were okay. Her gestures were good, but I don't know whether you realize, maybe if you're standing and speaking, it would not have been as much. But you know, we tend to rock because that was some kind of a little consciousness happens when we are doing this. I don't know if anybody noticed her. She was rocking a little too much. Okay, so Geeta, that could be a sign of some nervousness. Okay, you're trying, maybe you were wanting to complete within that 1 minute and you were overshooting the time. That could have been that. Yeah, but otherwise good. And Jyoti, I'm so happy she came in because she's again an example to see what are the things. And she started by saying, I'm nervous. And when she raised her hand, I wanted to give her the time to speak because I know I've known Jyoti from day one. She came to my class first, and from there to here, it's been a long journey. And I can see the transition and evolve, how Jyoti has evolved from that time to this time. She said she was nervous and she started also a little nervously, but then her first 2-3 sentences were good because she had prepared herself that main to bolne wali hu, and that I could see in her first 2-3 sentences. But then she was using that and all that, you know, we have those little things in between when we are talking. But very good attempt, very good. I'm so glad that you actually wanted to share it. So thank you, everyone, and all those who were listeners. I can't take everybody, but it was nice that those who volunteered, we could just learn from them and we can improve upon them. So again, when I talked about the practice plan, what you're going to talk, okay, once you plan, you prepare. Okay, I know I'm good. I'm planning to give a talk on so and so. So you prepare, you write it down. See, they say if I have a presentation to be made, if I make my own slides, I am writing it. It's coming from my mind. So even if I miss 1 or 2 words because I have written it, I can just speak up because it's prepared by me. But at the same time, if somebody else prepares 10 pages of the slides and gives it to you to present, you are not so very good because somebody else has done it and you are just delivering it. But when it's your own, it comes out. So you people could make out that when you were talking something about what you had experienced and all that, it came in very, very easily. Practice. When we are going to go, when we know it's planned public speaking or you have to give a talk on a particular topic, try and practice. How do you practice? When you're reading, when you're writing it, you read it aloud. That becomes a practice. When you finish writing what you have to speak, you, after having finished writing, you read it again and then you make some changes. Achha, this doesn't fit here. It should come before, it should come after. So that kind of editing that you do. So again, that has become a second practice. Then you read it aloud and as if you are actually facing the audience in your own house and you read it, but you read as if you are talking to them. Because when you're talking, you may not have the script to read all the time. So you practice that way. You can practice without that script in front of the mirror. Now, you may not have, supposing it's a 3-minute thing, you may not have all the things memorized, but when you keep practicing, break it into 4-5 blocks and then practice. Look at the paper again, practice. When I like to practice when I'm driving and I'm, you know, if I'm driving to my session or something, I practice because I time myself and I repeat. So the more you practice, the more confident you become. You can practice in your bathroom also when you're actually, I'm laughing and saying, but I do that. And a lot of people, it's a good thing because that's you're by yourself, you're speaking loud as if you're talking to the audience. So the more you practice, the more confident. And then if while you're speaking, if you become nervous, it happens to us, all of us, we said, when you become nervous, because you have said it so many times, some sentence you might forget, but you will keep talking and then suddenly you'll remember, oh, I forgot to bring this point, and then you will bring it back, you will fit in somewhere. After talking about so many things, also sometimes I do, after the session is over, I tell myself, oh my God, these 3 points I decided I'm going to cover it, and I forgot it. Or there is a proverb we remember that, okay, so and so said so and so, so we read out like Joginder ji read a poem. So we prepare, but then just that time we have forgotten. It's okay. But when you have the pointers with you, you can speak. But practice is very, very important. Hello, Virgil. Hi, Rupa. Sham also.
Hello.
After a long time. And Santosh, good to see you. So practice and prepare, practice, and then you perform. And when you're performing, when you're looking at your mirror, you know my body language, my hands were taking too much, I was rocking too much, or I was looking nervous, I was moving here and there, because the posture is also very important. And now I'm going to tell you how to get over that nervousness when we feel that we are working on our presentation. What are the things we have to keep in our mind? Good job, everyone. Those who did their homework or even otherwise, they came here and tried it out. I'm so, so happy for all of you. So when you get started, what are the objectives? What is the topic you're going to talk? Why? What is the audience and all you have to, we said you have to know your audience, you have to know your topic, research, write and edit several times the topic that you're going to talk. Choosing your delivery method. What is going to be, are you going to use slides and read something from the slide? So even when you're doing the slide, you have to just have 4 or 5 bullet points on the slide, and you use that bullet point and you talk about it. You never read out everything from the slide. So whatever I have to talk, research, supposing I say, okay, I'm going to talk about maybe baking the cake. So baking the cake at home is very easy and on something I have written there and I'm reading the same thing. No. So easy and quick methods of baking. Just that will be the point, and you will talk about it, because that is coming. Like if Geeta has to speak, she can just talk for maybe 30 minutes on that particular one point. So when you write on the slide, it has to be just 4 or 5 bullet points, and then you have to elaborate. Or what is the other method you're going to use? Are you going to do just talk, or is it going to be a facilitative way of talking, or it is going to be a discussion, question and answers? So that is how you prepare your delivery method. Verbal communication skill, listening and hearing are 2 different things. Listening is you're attentive. Hearing is somebody saying something, it's coming on my ear, I take what I want, I just let go. So they aren't the same thing. You have to be listening. So if it's a communication or it's a public speaking where you are in a group and there are people who are talking to you and you are responding, or you're talking and people are responding, you have to be a good listener. Good listener also means asking questions, communicating with power. When you're confident about the topic you're talking, you are actually in control of yourself and you talk on a topic because you are confident. That does not mean you sit and debate with the other person and try to prove the other person wrong. No. If you do not agree with something, it's fine. You can agree to disagree. Okay. Non-verbal communication is very, very important part of communication and public speaking, because you may not be speaking, or even if you have a good command on whatever you're speaking, your language, your words and your vocabulary, I mean, at the topic, but if your body language is not good, it just goes down the drain. It's not what you say, it's how you say is important. The confidence that I spoke about some of you, your expressions, your emotions were showing when Bharti was talking, when Geeta was talking, it was showing in your emotions. So that is how it should be. overcoming nervousness, preparing mentally, physical relaxation techniques. So this is what is very important when you're getting ready to speak. A good way of doing is always exhale, take a deep breath, and then start speaking. Because when we are nervous, our voice changes. How many of you have experienced that? It must have been even as in our school days, our teacher just picks her name, come on, Binda, tell me the answer. I have just been caught unawares. And then when I get up, I'm a little, not prepared. So my table, chair, everything makes noise. So that is the time you should slowly get up, hold that table, the sides of the table, so and your feet are grounded. So when your feet are grounded and you're slowly getting up by holding the table, you're putting all your weight on the table. That's the support you're taking. So that's why we say your feet are grounded. That also gives you the time to exhale and take a deep breath and then open your mouth to speak. What happens is when you do that, your voice automatically sounds so very confident. Try that out. Okay, so these are some tips which you can do when you're feeling nervous, because your hands might feel trembling, your feet might feel shaky, your voice is quivering. So slowly get up. And if you're only sitting also, maybe just stretch one leg wherever you're sitting and take hold of the arms of the chair, or take the support of the table. Don't start, a lot of people do this, that nervousness and all shows. So it will show in your body. This is the body language. So when you're just stretching one leg and holding that side of the table, or putting your hand firmly on the table, that is giving you the support. And exhale and take a deep breath and then open your mouth. So you speak. So it sounds very, very confident. And by that time, it has given you that power to speak well and become more confident. Okay, does that sound good? Any questions here? I'll pause. Are these tips helpful?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Very helpful. You won't believe, once in stage in some program, I talked only one sentence and I was not able to continue. After that was 3-4 years back. Later, I practiced something you told inside of the mirror, and I am not going, means regularly working. That was some function in our native. So I was not able to, even I prepared in my own languages, I was not able to say more. So I said one sentence. But these tips are very helpful for kids also. We never had that fortunate. We are not so fortunate to get all these tips in our school and college days.
Yes,
So I am
it's
very
never too
happy
late.
now.
It's never too late. So Bharti, now that Bharti is speaking, some of you may have known that Bharti has been working on YouTubes, and Bharti, with every YouTube I'm watching you, you are doing better and better. I can see the change. I can see the difference. So good job. Okay.
Only 2 videos, mine.
Yes. Yeah. The third one. Third one also. Only the flowers that you did in the morning yesterday.
Yeah. Today I
but
put
otherwise,
someone.
I can see the change in your narrating and all that. So
Thank you.
we all learn. We all want to become better. So whatever we are doing in life, we should have a benchmark. What was I yesterday? What am I today? And what I want to be tomorrow. Do not compare with people around you. Compare with your own self. Compare your benchmark. You should be your own benchmark. What was I 6 months back? What am I today? And what I want to be 6 months later. That is how you will work on whatever you are working. Okay. So moving on quickly, if you don't have any, everything is good so far. So brushing upon some of the points that I covered and some new points about public speaking, because you all are going to practice. Okay. Know your subject, plan. What is the topic you're going to talk on? Because sometimes if we know we are talking on something, we tend to drift away, or somebody interrupt, because there are times when there is interruption when we are talking, because maybe somebody's asked questions. So we just tend to drift away, and then we move from the subject that was supposed to be talked on. So you need to be very clear. So how do you plan? Now, I'm sharing about myself. That's how I work, but I keep working on myself to become better and better. So for me, when I say plan right now, because I'm using the slides, but otherwise sometimes I don't use too many slides, but I have a little chit always with me and some pointers. Okay, so one or two words. So I know that I'm not missing out, because we tend to talk here, and there is likelihood that I can get distracted or I can get diverted from the major topic. So I keep glancing at that paper that, oh, I have not missed out on something which I was supposed to cover. Read and assess your audience. It's very important to know who are the audience you're talking to. Now, public speaking topic today, when I'm talking to you people, I know what kind of people I'm talking to. And I'm also preparing some of you to present your business or talk about your business plan to somebody when you get an opportunity. But if the same topic I had to talk in an MBA college or in an corporate where I'm talking to employees of the organization or managers and all that, I will have a little different topics also covered in that, like making the PPT presentation, standing, and how your posture should be. Of course, this is also important, that how your posture should be here, but there I might demonstrate it in a little more detail. Familiarize yourself with the room. When you're going, supposing you are going to be making a presentation in an auditorium or a meeting room to maybe 5 people sitting around the table, and so you need to know who are the people. And when you're walking in, that confidence, again, don't forget, what did I say? Exhale, inhale, and then walk in. So confidence builds up. And as you're walking in, your posture, your gait, the way you speak, you walk in, the way you put your feet forward and walk in, that itself shows the audience. Remember, in my personality, I said it takes 4 seconds to make an impression. You walk in, and as you're walking in, if there are 5 people sitting, you quickly glance through left to right and right to left, and eye contact with each of them, so that has given you, and with a smile on your face, that has given you time to connect with all the people present in the audience. And if it's a large audience, if it's like an theater pattern sitting or a cluster sitting, when there is round table and all that, so you can't look at everybody every time, but during the process of making your presentation or talking, you need to just not stare at one person because of nervousness. This also happens. But when you're nervous, you're just looking at one person and going on talking as if he or she is the only person in that room. You need to look here, look there, look there. Keep moving your eye. After a sentence, look another side, not from here to here totally. This is the way you should just move your eyes, but not with every word. Maybe one sentence you talk here, and then the next one you are talking again, you can come here and then you can turn there. So that's how you are covering the whole audience in the room. Feeling good about yourself, because you know the topic. You have to love yourself, okay? Every day. It's not only the day you're going to make presentation. Every day when you love yourself, you are going to do a good job on self-confidence. You have to be relaxed and change your perspective. We talked about it last time. Do not think that the people in front of me know a lot more than me, and that's why I'm nervous. No. Tell yourself, this is the topic I've been asked to speak on. I have prepared myself and I'm going to give my best. Okay? People can ask questions after that. When they ask questions, if you are in a position to answer, you will answer. If it is relevant to the topic, of course you will answer. If it is something outside the syllabus, you will say, can I take your question and come back to you? I'm sorry, I'm not competent to answer this question, or I really do not have an answer to you, the right answer for you this, I'll come back to you. That's the way you do it. Concentrate on where you are. Of course, on your topic. Do not let your mind wander, because when you are there, just be there, present with certainty. And of course, summing it up in final words is very, very important. All that you have talked, always when you make a presentation, you build a body, there's a centerpiece, which is the text, which is the whole crux of the meeting or whatever you have to say. And at the end, you just sum it up in 2 sentences or 3 sentences maximum. That's in 30 seconds or 40 seconds, you should sum up what you have done. So when I say sum up, you're not going to say the whole thing, but you'll say, okay, I talked about how to bake and how easy to have the equipment for baking or something like that. It's how we do summaries on our slides. The summary just has the 2-3 words at the end of the slide. That's the way